listen with a heart. When I became a life coach, ang yabang ko nung nag-aaral ako, sabi ko, I'm a listener. I'm a good listener. Wala, baksak.
Listen, no? You have to listen.
Oo. Listen with a heart. Less talk. Listen. For those who are experiencing trauma, anxiety, be a listener to them. Listen with a heart. You just don't sympathize, but you empathize. Accept the person, the story, no judgment. Listen lang talaga. And few of my cases or few of the things that I'm handling, Miss Kylie, I'm listening to them for 2 hours. Coaching sessions of 2-3 times, I'm practically listening. After the third session or fourth, that's the time I will give them coaching tools, coaching questions, so that from the space of the anxiety, I'll give them questions that they will think and do something about it. And the don'ts naman, don't be a fixer. Don't interrupt. Yung kunyari, nagsasalita, ay naku, iwanan mo na yan, ganyan mo, karelasyon mo, manluloko yan, blah, blah, blah. No, mapapagod ka lang. Kasi hindi naman yan susundin, hindi rin yan makikinig. Don't suggest, don't interrupt, don't be a fixer. Just listen with the heart, accept the story, no judgment, sympathize, but you just don't sympathize, empathize as well. It takes really practice, Miss Kylie. Ako, it took me a year and a half to polish the skills of listening and no judging and just purely accepting it. And
so, for someone venting out their problems to the person listening, all they have to do is really just to listen. Diba?
Yes.
Sometimes I'm also guilty of this. Parang I want to try to help the person fix it right away. So I'm giving them solutions or parang why, maybe you can do this, that. Pero all the other person really needs is your compassion, your ear. You just really need to listen to them. Diba?
Yes. Don't be a fixer, don't interrupt.
Segue ko lang, no, my dad keeps on commenting. Please go to Mental Health Matters on Facebook to join the support group. And we have lovely people over there that sometimes if you need help, if you have no one to talk to na talaga, you can go here online, send them a message. We really try to reply as much as we can because we get a lot of messages talaga. Limited lang yung tao talaga na nagmamanage nun. So, you really need someone to talk to. We're there also to help. So that's Mental Health Matters by Kylie Verzosa online on Facebook.
Yes, that's great. And I'm also included there. Kaya, yun.
Thank you.
In fact, there are people that who message me there and I help them and, listen to them as well. All right.
Coach, what about... what are the things you can say to someone who's going through a hard time?
After listening with a heart, after accepting that person and the story without any judgment, when you feel like that person is, let's say second, third na nagkausap or nakipag bumalik siya sa'yo na, usap tayo ulit. That's the time that you can, give questions. And that questions is to, not to judge the person, but to help him or her understand the situation. Why do you think this is happening? What is causing you anxiety? What are the things that you're planning to how can you do this? It's all questions. Don't impose. Because when imposing, the person really will not do something about it. But if you ask, That's the time they will think, and after thinking, they will assess. And that's how life coaches are doing it. So let's say after you telling me all of those things, all right, what is your step? What do you think you can do to heal? How are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? And so we will journey with that person, moving up, going away from the space of depression or anxiety, and elevating to transformation. So ask questions. Questions na hindi yung parang,
Ito po, I want to answer your question. How about if yung cause ng anxiety is breakup or a toxic relationship?
Thank you. I came into a toxic relationship as well, and that is also one of the cause of my anxiety. As I've mentioned earlier on, accept it. It may not take time. Okay? It will take time. Sorry. It will take time. Accept it and be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself by not saying to yourself that it's your fault, ikaw ang may kakulangan, ikaw ang mali. Don't do that. Don't entertain that. And it's better also that you remove or you set back from from the former karelasyon mo. Mas maganda na yung mawala ka muna sa picture, mawalan kayo ng communication and everything.
Actually, no.
So you can.
This is one of the sometimes, especially for kids today, or not even kids, pero grown-ups, is yung relationship problems nila causes them a lot of anxiety. Diba? Sometimes the status of your relationship, especially if for example, you're dating a guy, tapos you don't know where it's going, you're confused. Diba? Parang I've been there before, so parang nakaka-anxious lang siya, diba?
Yes.
Or sometimes when you do have relationship problems, it just gets you so anxious about everything.
Exactly. And at the same time also, nawawala
How do I get
ka
over
talaga
that? Parang ganon.
Nawawala ka na sa
try-
sarili mo niyan eh. Nawawala ka talaga
Coach,
sa sarili
no?
mo, Miss Kylie eh.
Yes, parang hindi na ako
Totoo yun.
makisip. I'm not myself anymore.
Mm-mm.
So, sometimes...
And if you think, those who are watching us, that question, if you feel and you see that it's bringing out the worst in you, not the best in you, that's already a toxic relationship.
That's
Set back.
true, no? I really like
Set
this.
back.
Parang if you're realizing
Move
na
out.
ayoko na yung sarili ko when I'm with this person. Diba? Then,
Because, di ba may mga iba kasi yung may mga questions, may mga inquiries like, kailangan ko daw baguhin yung sarili ko para mag-fit dun sa karelasyon din to. If you have to change yourself, those who are watching us, change yourself on your own intent for your own good. Don't change yourself to please someone else. The change should come within you for you to be a better version of yourself by knowing yourself first. But, bakit mo papalitan yung sarili mo, pero pala, ang galing mo pala, maayos ka naman, marunong ka makisalamuha, you're good in handling relationship, but since you are in a toxic relationship, the other person sees you as someone who's not good, someone who's not great. If that would be the case, set back, release, and it will take time, really. Think of this way. You forgive that person so you can give love, and you forget that person so you can get peace of mind. Do it for yourself and not for anyone else, and that's okay. It's okay not to be okay, but eventually forgive yourself so you can give love. Forget that person so you can get peace of mind.
ako, coach, no, just siguro how to get over. whenever I get anxious about a relationship or because it is a big factor sometimes, especially for girls or for boys din naman, na
Yes.
nababother sila because of their relationship. Me, I just try to focus on myself. I
Exactly.
focus on myself. I do things in the beat of my own drum. I do things to improve myself. I mean, in the first place, I had a life before this person. Then I'm gonna continue my life without this person. And just for the people asking,
Yes.
okay, kami ni Jake, we're doing fine. We are just talking about the concept
Actually, good
of
thing you
anxiety.
mentioned that.
Talaga?
Because,
No,
yeah,
pero
because
it's
someone
true,
asked me
ha?
or
Even me
someone
sometimes
asked
I
me
get so anxious. Even me sometimes I just get so anxious when there's something not going right with a relationship. Diba? It's human
Good thing you
nature.
clarified that. Good thing you clarified that.
Oo nga, parang nagtataka yung mga
They're
tao.
not
Kung
together
okay,
lang sila, di ba?
We're super fine. It's just a topic that we need to talk about. Diba? Ako yun.
Good thing
For me,
you understand.
especially for kids na ako, yun, I just focus on myself. Parang,
Yes.
bahala ka to that some point. Or some call it even self-love.
Yes. And
Okay.
it's not bad at all.
It's fine to be selfish sometimes, diba?
Yes.
Ako selfish talaga ako. Especially when I need my time alone. I'm the type of
Yes.
person who just needs so much time by myself or I just need my own space.
And that's all right. For those who are watching us, that's okay.
It's so funny
And
because most of the questions here ay what if someone breaks up with you? What would you do? Yan.
If someone breaks up with
someone
you,
doesn't want to be with you, don't be with him. Diba?
yes, that's it.
You're worth more than that.
God has better plans for you. Accept it. Move on. In moving on, since break up yung mga questions natin dyan, in moving on, it comes with a formula of acceptance, healing, moving on. So, and take time. Hindi naman natin sinasabi na baka sabihin nila, wow, ang dali lang naman. No, it took me time also. It took me months. But eventually, you will go there. You have to allow yourself to numb the pain. Wag mo lang tambayan, Miss Kylie, yung sinasabi ko sa mga nag-break up. Huwag mong tambayan yung namnam mo yung pain, you enjoy the pity party, the loneliness. Because if you like focus on that and it took you 3 months or 4 months already, that's not good already. So 2 months, okay, and then after that, move into focusing yourself.
That's true. Coach, the next question is how to deal po when you're anxious about your future. Like, what if I don't get my life together in the future? Ako, I find that a lot of young people or my younger friends or relatives ask me this, parang they're so unsure of the future. And I've been there. I've been to the point na parang di ko alam po anong mangyayari sa future ko. But I've always tried to remain positive. I always write my goals down. I always visualize where I want to be. I put in a lot of hard work. Ako, I realize kapag mahirap na, that's when it counts as hard work. Diba? I always have to be doing something, whether that's working out. I try to make myself better every day. Physically, whether that's physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Mentally, I try to read. Physically, I try to work out. Basta if I can do something to make myself better today, then I feel like I've accomplished something.
Yes, exactly. That's true. And it's important also that you take action, you take ownership of what you want to happen in your life. You take ownership in it and take action. You make sure that at least in a month or in a week, you do something about your goal. For instance, like what Miss Kylie has mentioned, if your goal is to become an entrepreneur, what is it this week that I'm doing to become an entrepreneur?
That's true.
Next
No matter
month,
what are your goals, What are your goals? And
You-
then
you-
try to work towards it.
Yes.
Ito po.
It's important that there's an action item.
Ito po, coach. How do I deal with insecurities?
Secure yourself with whoever you are and whatever you have. God, keep in mind that we are all unique in a special way. God created us beautifully in His image and likeness. So just accept who you are and whatever you are. And if you feel like there's still room for improvement, be open about it. Be accepting about it.
Ako naman, siguro, either I focus on my strengths. I try to go back at the time or the moment na I was so confident about myself. Diba? Or parang we all have our own insecurities. But
Yes.
pati ako, and it comes out in different forms. Diba? Either nagagalit ka or so, I try to make myself better every day. I try to stop comparing myself to other people. Sometimes, especially now, I girls on
Yeah, like in your case, yeah. You'll be
online,
compared with the previous Miss International to the next Miss
no
International.
naman,
You're
actually,
bombarded with
International,
comparison.
I'm so happy. Like, 1 year for me was enough, and I was actually had by the time it was 1 year, ready na ako pasa yung crown. Because parang the pressure is there. The pressure, the light, the spotlight, parang ang bigat. Parang I always felt na I always had to live up to a certain standard. So only after I gave up my crown was I able to fully express, syempre who I am, who Kylie was, not Miss Kylie, not Miss International Kylie. So over the years, I've evolved as a person. I've become more open. I've just grown as a person. Which syempre, it'll always be one of the best moments of my life. Syempre, pinaghirapan ko yun eh. I spent like 3-4 years
Yes.
trying to reach that goal and failing, and I was embarrassed at the time na I failed. Then I just worked harder towards it. So, yun, ginawa ko na rin siyang hugot to win again.
That's wonderful. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Dun pa sa may questions pa ng insecurities, I'd just like to comment also the one acronym that I was able to make about insecurities, and that is BEYOU. BEYOU. B, believe in yourself. E, embrace everything about you. Y, so I'm completing the word BEYOU for those who have asked about insecurities. B, believe in yourself. E, embrace everything about you. Y, Yahweh created you beautiful and unique, our God. O, obstacles are there and let opportunities come in. Or let opportunity come as well. And you, unconditional love is given to you. So that's BU. To combat insecurities. I hope that
Thank you,
helps. Did
Coach.
you share it? Narinig mo ba?
Sorry, there was a question though. Parang, what if you want to remain single your whole life? Is that okay? I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
When I was competing for Miss International or Binibining, I didn't the second time I didn't have any boyfriend or any distractions, I wanted to call it. Kasi if it's so unstable, if your relationship is so unstable, it's really going to affect your work, how you perform. Syempre, you're going to want to spend time with a person, and for me, when you're so set on a goal and you really want to achieve it, I was just a one-track-minded woman at that time. Parang, I just really wanted to win the crown so bad na parang this year or this month, whatever, I'm just gonna focus on that. And the things that don't help me, then sorry, pero let's just see after. Parang there's no other way na
Yes,
Yeah,
that's good. Actually, you really have to focus and focus and give attention to you to which is your goal right at that time is the crown and to represent the country. So those who are watching us
But it's
right now,
perfectly fine
if
po,
you
coach, no?
yes,
Sometimes,
Yes.
you know, like for example now, parang like my relationship with Jake, it just makes me, for me, it just makes me better as a person. So I'm happier with that. Parang I think he helps me so much with my